Good morning. This is Michelle Thompson. I am new to this platform, Periscope, but I thought I'd give it a try. I am a life coach, and I'm also an adjunct professor. I like to coach people in academia, helping them to figure out getting the lives that they really want for themselves. Not only the business of teaching and not only the business of teaching and publishing and doing service, but to also have the fullest lives that they possibly could want, and not to narrow what they're doing. So in that context, I would like to discuss with you, or not discuss, but to tell you about a particular offering that I have for people in this particular demographic. I'm really excited about it. And it actually has bearing on what I do as well. And I'm calling it Set Your Life Afire and Rekindle Your Passions. It's called Set Your Life Afire and Rekindle Your Passions. The challenge that many academics have is that, and it doesn't actually matter what point in the game you're at. You might be a graduate student. You might be writing your dissertation. You might be on the job market. You could be at any point. You could be, tenured but not full. You could be full. It actually doesn't matter. You could be an adjunct. But the one voice we have in our heads all the time is, we should be writing. What are you doing? We should be writing. You should be writing. And that's one aspect of what we're doing. And part of what I want to do in this workshop is to tackle that particular part of it. Like, yeah, we should, and we should figure out a time to put that in our day. But there's so many other things we also could and should be doing for our own well-being. This morning, I was listening to a podcast, and this poet, Morgan Parker, said this fabulous, very applicable thing, that work won't go well if your life is unfulfilled, that work won't go well if your life is unfulfilled. So in that vein, if the only thing you hear is you should be writing, if you feel like you've lost your passion for life, that all you do all day long is do this academic work, if you feel disconnected from your relationships, if you want to rekindle your passions, and you're ready to get your life back in a very real way, this is a workshop for you. It's a month-long workshop to help you rekindle your passions. It helps you take time to set goals for your whole life and to develop a blueprint for actually achieving them. You get to build a community of other tenure-track professors who want to do the same thing. I want to share with you what I've learned in this life, because I certainly hit a point where I taught all the time. That's all I did. I taught, get up and teach and go here and teach and teach and teach. But I also started to pursue other passions and developing the projects that I started in graduate school, and it's made me much happier. I did this by reconnecting with my own passions and putting a plan in place to actually pursue them. I do things like sing opera music, I knit, I crochet, and I very much relish motherhood and doing what I do with my sons. So I figured if I could do this for myself, that I can share this with other people and give other people a hand with doing this. So at the end of this workshop, you'll know what fuels your life. What are your passions? You'll be able to set goals and develop plans for achieving those goals, and you'll be able to set up your life so that you could prioritize yourself. It's a month-long workshop, and this workshop has 2 classes per week. One with content to achieve your goals, the other for questions and answers, and to also have accountability for yourself so that you are working with other people to help you reach those goals. Each class will be recorded for convenience, and we will meet on Fridays at noon for the content and Wednesdays at noon for the accountability portion of it. There's also a complimentary 15-minute laser coaching session with me so that you have the extra resource you need to achieve your goals. And there will also be a digital forum, likely a Facebook page, so we can work with each other to get feedback on your work and build the community you need. So with that said, you can find this event called Set Your Life Afire and Rekindle Your Passions. Set Your Life Afire and Rekindle Your Passions on Eventbrite, and you can register there. I hope to hear from you. Bye.